So what is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel once again. You know I appreciate having you here. Now there are other scaffolding companies about, but that just happens to be the one in front of me, so you're welcome for the free advertising. They might be good, they might be bad, I don't know, but they've got a free bit of advertising. Anyway, back onto the video, and it's about this, my CB1000R. Now I've done 1200 miles on this, so I've got to know it really well now, and it's my owner's review, the 1000 mile review. I don't know, what is it we put in the thumbnail? The 1200 mile owner's review. Honesty. I'm going to be completely honest with this one. There's some good things, but there are some bad things. Oh, is he going to be in front of me all the way up this road? This is a nice little road. It's not fast, but it's nice. They've actually re-tarmacked some of it, so it's lovely. I'm going to pull up here. There's a little car park on the right. I'm going to have a little look round the bike while I'm telling you all about it. The good, the bad and the ugly. Okay, the ugly bit's just me, but the good and the bad about the bike. So as I've said, I've had it 1200 miles. I haven't done a lot of mileage on it, so that tells you a little bit about what's going on with me and this bike. But I'll tell you the good things. The good things about this bike is, number one, the looks. I still think this is one of the best looking bikes on the market, bar none. When I come out and I look at it in the garage or out in the drive, it does little things to me. It sends little twinges through my loins, shivers down my spine. It's absolutely gorgeous, and there's nothing I can say that's negative about the looks. It's beautiful, absolutely stunning. Now I haven't gone with the tail tidy, and that's simply because I actually prefer, and I've taken a wrong turn in. I didn't want to come, this is the golf club. I definitely don't want to come in a golf club. Actually, I don't want to come in a golf club. Yeah, let's do a little turn round, because I've taken the wrong turn in. Go to the one I wanted to go in the first place. There you go, it does nice little U-turns, that's another positive. Easy to turn round. I could have done it there. I just feel in a golf club someone's going to come out and moan about something, because I don't know what it is about swingers, but they like to moan about everything. Right, anyway, where was I? Where the bloody hell was I? We were talking about 1200 miles. Yeah, the looks. Absolutely love the looks. The tail tidy, I've got it home. Never put it on, because in the end I actually prefer the looks with the little bit on the back. Right, let's go up here and see if we can find a nice quiet spot. Duck. No, I'm not that tall. I always get paranoid with those. Oh dear, I forgot this is not tarmacked. The footpath side is, but this side's not. Alright, let's go up here. I'm going to ride on the footpath. There's no one coming. It's a lot smoother. How far can I get up? I don't want any cars. I don't want to ruin the cinematics. I want to park it in the sun so I get the full bling. I told you it's all cinematic. Right, here. This'll do. This'll look good. Right. Here we go. Looks. You've got to agree. That's an absolutely stunning looking bike. You can't argue with me. I don't care what you say. That is a good looking bike. It's beautiful, and that's a high point. It really does look good. As I say, when you come out of the house and you look at it and you come up to it and you go, ho, 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 it does little things to you. The other good thing about this is the engine. It's an absolute peach. I love it. About 142 brake horsepower, 145, something like that. It's plenty for me. With the rider modes, it works really well. In sport, it absolutely flies, and it handles fantastic. So the looks are brilliant. The engine's fantastic. The handling, yes, I love it. I love all of that. The package, for what it was designed for, absolutely brilliant. There is only one slight problem with this bike, and it's not that bike, it's this rider. I'm having some issues with it, so I'm going to have to do something to address that. I've got a plan, and it's major, but we're going to address it, and I'll tell you the problems I've got. They're both physical and mental. I know that sounds crazy. How can you have a mental condition over a bike? But I'll explain that in a little bit. But physically, my hands obviously ache, and I keep falling off the off-road bike, so I've torn the tendon or the ligament in my hand here again, so that's causing problems on the bar. So I can get some bar risers on there, just bring it up a little bit. That might solve that. But the engine braking, as in stop start, is really killing my wrists in traffic, and that's the commuting problem with it. Out on the open road, if you've got a beautiful day like this, completely perfect tarmac and fast A roads, beautiful, absolutely stunning. The bike just, oh, got a wasp Come on, you mother... No, he bottled it. Yeah, this bike is absolutely stunning. And what it does on those fast A roads is it comes alive, and it gives you just such a good feeling. And that's one of the major problems for me. When I'm commuting, I don't like it at all. First, second gear, that's all. You can't really use the quick shifter when you're down commuting. You can, but it's very, what's the word? Snatchy, weird, notchy, that's the word, notchy. When you're flying and you're going up and down the gearbox through the fast bends and those great roads, as I say, the gearbox works brilliantly. The bike absolutely is a beautiful place to be. Slightly uncomfortable for me because of my size, but as a package it does exactly what it says on the tin and some more. So as I said, that's one of the problems, is me. It's not the bike. One of the problems is me and what I want it for to ride, if that makes sense. And I like to ride, if you watch my old videos, I go off the beaten track and I go out into the countryside and just disappear and try and get lost. And that's where this is letting me down a little bit. It doesn't like it. It doesn't like those really tight, twisty, gravelly, sort of like greasy, with leaves in the road and all that crap. It doesn't like those roads. And so it kind of forces you out onto the A roads, onto the fast roads, onto where this bike likes. And that's the problem as well, because I don't want to ride everywhere fast. I don't. And that's where this bike has kind of got me on the mental side as well as the physical side. I'll go again into the physical side in a minute. There's some other problems I've got. But the mental side is I have to ride this fast. I have to. It's astonishingly good when it's quick, and when you're riding it quick, and when you're throwing it through the bends and doing everything you want to do on it, everything it's designed to do. It's brilliant. But I find myself going too fast everywhere, literally everywhere. I don't ride at slow speed. I can't ride within the speed limit. So I'm either going to end up, one, in a police car, or two, even worse, in A&E, or maybe I'm going to end up in a bag. I don't know. Oh, that needs a little bit of a clean. There you go. That's a little bit better. So that's the problem with it. And the other mental side of this is a weird one, this is probably just to me, is when I'm not on the bike, I like to dream of what I'm going to do on a bike, where I'm going to go, what sort of things I'm going to do. And the problem I've got is this doesn't give me the capability to dream of long journeys. It makes me dream of track days and going fast and doing all those license breaking things, but it doesn't encourage me to dream about trips and go anywhere. So psychologically, it does me when I'm on the bike, when I'm not on the bike. Oh dear, what am I going to do? So it's going to have some modification. Well, it's going to have one massive change to it that is going to change everything for me, and hopefully be the right move. So back to the physical problems with it. Also, along with my wrist, I've smashed up my left shoulder, so that takes a bit of the brunt with the suspension, because the suspension's hard. What I've realised is that the roads in the south of England are absolutely horrendous. The potholes, the condition of them are appalling. So I'm just crashing over everything. And that's another reason it's sort of like, I don't really want to go out on it. Unless the roads are clear, but after lockdown, the roads aren't clear. The roads are packed. Everyone is everywhere on the roads. So, yeah, physically, my shoulder's a bit knackered. The roads in the south of England are absolutely appalling. The traffic is absolutely appalling. And it's showing everything up. I never realised how bad it was until I bought a fast, good bike that likes smooth roads. And now I do. Alright, so let's move on to another physical, and it's the foot position. Now the foot positions, there's nothing wrong with it. It's, once again, me. Now my right foot, I've been in an accident. I high-sided a Ducati years and years and years ago when I had a 750 SS. I didn't actually come off, but I toe-punted the floor that caused enough damage that they had to take the knuckle out of my big toe and then pin it back on. So I've got, if you imagine this is my toe, I know it's not, it's a finger, but if you imagine this is my big toe, they've taken this bit out, so I've only got this joint here. This one doesn't move, and where I'm on the pegs, I'm on the toes, so it's forcing this knuckle back, which is pushing the bone out through the side of my foot. Sorry if you're eating there and you're a bit squeamish, but basically it's dislocating that knuckle and deforming it. So that's a little bit painful, but again, that's not the bike's fault, that's me. I keep falling off and hurting myself. So everything that's negative about this bike that I'm saying is all to do with me. It's not to do with the bike. The bike is absolutely brilliant and spot on for what it was designed to do, and it does everything fantastically. I cannot fault the bike one bit. I can't. I've tried to blame it on the bike, but I can't. So What's the solution? Well, I've got one big plan for this. Huge plan. It's probably the most expensive modification that I'll ever do, but I'm going to do it. So I'm going to sort that out. I'm not going to show you the process of how it's going to be done. I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to cut back to it when it's done. So this bike needs to be more suited to me. As I said, not the bike's fault. Definitely 100% down to me. I would recommend this 100% to everybody that wants this style of bike and knows exactly what you're getting into, which is, it's a fast, fun, good looking bike, but it's not one for every day for me. It looks good clean, and I can't stand it when it's dirty. I keep cleaning this one. I don't do that on many bikes, but this one I do keep cleaning. So that's a bit of a testament to how much I like the look of this. We're basically going to solve this, or fingers crossed, we're going to solve these problems. If it doesn't solve the problem, again, that's down to me. It's my decision. It's going to cost me a bit of money, but we're going to do it anyway. When I was doing that walk around, I wasn't joking with any of that. It wasn't anything over dramatic. Oh, I hope it didn't come across over dramatic that I'm having these problems. It's just, I kind of underestimated the bike, or what it would do to me, in the fact that I can't ride it like a normal human being. And once again, that's entirely my fault. You may be able to buy this bike and ride it well within the limits, but I can't. I'm a bit of a knob. It's turning me into a bit of a this bike. I kind of like that, but I should know better. And kind of that brings me on to why I call my reviews first impressions reviews, because you can't really get to know a bike unless you're doing, I would say, at least 500 miles on it. At least do one day full stint 200 miles and you should get an idea of how you get on with a bike. Now, I didn't do that with this, and I don't think I made a mistake, because if you go back to my original video when I bought this, I said I bought it to kind of try and rectify my neck, and that, in a way, it works. My neck has got a lot stronger since buying this bike because my head's tilted back, so it's learning to support itself like a little baby. So that bit's good. The rest of me is falling apart, but the head's good, the neck's good. So that bit I kind of get. But if I'd have ridden this, if I'd have taken it out for, say, 48 hours, I know you can't really get test rides like that, but if I could have taken it out for 48 hours, so Honda, if you're listening, if you give me long-term bikes, I can give proper reviews to these people, to my lovely audience, the wonderful subscribers that subscribe to this channel. If you all get onto Honda, email Honda Marketing and tell them to send me down long-term test bikes, and I can give you proper reviews on these bikes. But at the moment, I'm just getting them from Doble's Motorcycles, which I do appreciate, I really do, but I'm just able to give you a first impressions ride. I can't really give you a living with the motorcycle ride. Now again, when it comes to living with the bike, it's me living with it. It doesn't mean you will have problems like this, because everyone's a different shape, everyone's got different problems, if you know what I mean, if you get where I'm coming from. So it's not all bad. Just because I don't really get on with this bike as it stands, it doesn't mean you won't. So as I said, as it stands, the CB1000R is not really the bike for me. It doesn't suit where I live, the roads I ride, my body shape and my injuries, and my mental well-being, to be honest. It doesn't suit any of that, so I've got to make a major change, and we're going to do that. We are going to do that. Some of you may agree with this, some of you may disagree. I don't know why I'm laughing. It's a big risk, but hopefully you'll like what I do. Hopefully, again, fingers crossed. I shall find out when I let you know. I might do that at the end of this video, actually. I might just give you a little sneak peek, because there's going to be a little bit of time between this and what's being done. As I said, I'm not going to show you the process, it's just going to be done. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut away, and for those of you that have hung on to this video, that are here now, which is not many on YouTube, statistically hardly anyone stays to the end, so this is kind of a premiere, a little bit of a preview for you guys, a little bit of a treat for sticking around to say thank you. I hope you like it. I'm going to cut away. When I come back, it's a quick glimpse of what's been done.
Get all your bags, get out my house. I don't want your stuff around. I never did you wrong, but you did me wrong, so go ahead, get gone. Get all your bags, get out my house. I don't want your stuff around. I never did you wrong, but you did me wrong, so go ahead and get